Now, just this morning, a Sprinter bus with registration number GR611720 is reported to have been involved in an accident on the Accra-Tema motorway. According to an eyewitness, the accident occurred at about 6:30 a.m. after the tire of the bus got burst around the weighing bridge. It somersaulted in the process. Now, we have further reports that the driver of that bus was overspeeding and failed to heed the warning of his passengers to slow down. Some people, 5 of them, are feared dead, with another 15 feared to have sustained various degrees of injuries. Now, I've got Nana Ano Ame here. He is Executive Director of Road Safety Advocates Ghana. And I mean, just when we are learning of the... Well, let me just start by welcoming you, sir, to the program. Just when we are learning of the grim statistics from the Police, Motor and Transport Department of the Ghana Police Service, then as we were discussing this in the newsroom, then we just got an indication that this has happened this morning. And it tells you how rampant this is on our roads. We've done campaigns right here. We've produced a documentary hoping that it would change attitudes. But we are still seeing the same thing. What is our problem? What is wrong with us?
Yeah, what is wrong with us? Because we can't be doing the same thing all over again and expect to get different results. So I think what the strategy for reducing the carnage on our roads, we need to look at it and find new ways of trying to curb the carnage on our roads. How do I say that? You see, we've been talking, my good friend, Engineer Adante and Supo Obeng. What haven't they been talking about? They've been all over the place. You hear them talking about road safety, education, sensitization, and what have you. But it's not making an impact. Rather, the statistics are going exponential. So what do we do about it? I mean, I always say that I have the key in my hands. If I'm given the opportunity, and I say it without any equivocation, if I'm given the opportunity, I would bring the road carnage down by the first 2 years, at least 50%.
When you say given the opportunity, what do you mean exactly? Because you are Executive Director of an advocacy group, you've been doing your work. So what exactly do you mean?
No, advocacy in Ghana is just about talking.
You want to be the transport minister?
No, the National Road Safety Authority. I mean, if I'm in there, I should be able to bring them new ideas, the ideas that I have in my hands, in my head, that I think, if implemented, we'll be able to bring the road carnage down by 50% within the first 2 years.
But Nana, should it take you to be there to share these ideas?
But if I come out here and say that I can do ABC, I mean, you just say it and then it goes from one ear to the other, and it doesn't get implemented. So how? But if I'm at the helm of affairs at the National Road Safety Authority, I should be able to then bring those ideas.
Do you mind sharing some of these ideas that you have?
Let me tell you something. You see, all this speeding that you're talking about on the roads, we have gone past those medieval times where the policeman will stop a vehicle for speeding and will put speeding tables on the roads. Those are not working. But what do you do? We are luckily, the 21st century, we are in a digital era. And digital era means that we're doing things electronically and biometrically. Now, electronically, you see, in America, why they have express roads that you can do 300 kilometers an hour, okay? Why aren't the vehicles there on a very good road? Why aren't they doing 300 kilometers an hour? Because you dare go beyond 10 kilometers an hour beyond the speed limit, you'll be caught. And when you're caught, don't worry about it, you get the ticket in the post. And if you don't pay, the law will catch up with you. But in Ghana, our limitation, which people always say that, oh no, we don't have address system, so how is that going to go, the culprit, how is it going to be apprehended? And I said, no, you guys, you are not thinking outside the box. I said two things. We are in a digital era and in a biometric era. In the US and the UK, They don't allow, because of their rights, human rights, they don't allow their biometric to be used on their license. Okay? But here, we are putting our biometrics on a license. Now, let me give you an instance that renders the argument or the debate about non-existence address useless. You know, the Americans, well, not too long ago, in recent times, the Iranian security couple, okay, they picked him up in the air and killed him remotely. Did you hear about that news?
Yes, yes. That was when Obama was
president? No, not recently. It was recent times, Trump time.
Yes.
How did they do that? You see, once you're biometrically registered with your driver's license, you have this telephone. It's the telephone that I hold here. If the Americans want to pick me up and kill me, they will use the GPS system because that's my phone is with me. They'll pick me up and kill me. So, if we are lucky that we have now digitalized, or we are in the process of digitalizing, why don't you bring that onto the road environment? If you bring that onto the road environment, the idea of putting these speed tables, as if you travel outside Ghana. Where else outside Ghana have you seen these speed tables on trunk roads where vehicles are doing 100 kilometers an hour and you go and you have to come to a grounding stop before you start again and all that? That lends itself to armed robberies and stuff like that. There are so many things. But if I'm an engineer, or any engineer worth his salt, would not put those things on a highway or on a trunk road. Those engineers, when they trained outside, when they go outside of Ghana, did they see any of these speed tables on the Accra to Takoradi Road?
It's interesting that you're comparing Ghana to the American. That Iranian issue you referred to, that's what led to a later plane crash, which we are told was fired in retaliation by the Iranian government. But you see, the truth is, and some will say that we are comparing our system to a system that is far advanced. Shouldn't we be look at localizing and see what works for us within our context?
No, when I hear that argument, I laugh it off. You see, I remember in the UK, when Margaret Thatcher was coming to reform with digital and what have you, people were kicking against it because they didn't want that reform, because they were set up in their ways. So bringing in British Telecom and all this was difficult. But here, we are a developing country, and there are systems that have been developed now. So once we have that system, we can easily do the infrastructure. Like, let me give you an instance with fiber optics. Now, fiber optics, we can easily dig the ground and whatever, and bury the fiber optics. Go and try and do that in the UK. So, you see, we don't have to reinvent the wheel. The wheel has already been invented, and we have to adopt the modern technology to our benefit. And that modern technology, I'm telling you, the speed ramp, the solution, see, if you criticize, you must proffer solution.
Exactly.
The speed tables for coming down the traffic for the speeding motorists. Look, electronically you can put just one rope here, one there, one here, and they have attached to a camera. When the vehicle goes past it, it records the speed. And you have this unemployed youth, whatever, he goes 100 meters up there, you have a team there, they will stop him, and they do a spot fine. And when you dent the pocket of these offenders, they will not do those things again. So this, and you know, America, you know, they use those who violate the road laws. They make a lot of money out of them. They dent their pockets.
They're actually specialized courts for that.
Yes. So why can't we emulate them and do those things? So if the person knows that if I speed, you turn to people use the word overspeeding. It's nothing like overspeeding. If you speed on the road, and you know that it can be caught randomly. It's not like you see the police, then the motorists, I'm sure you've seen that, then they'll be pointing this, that the police are, no, do it randomly, with electronically. So when everybody knows, you'll know where it will catch you. But then the moment you're caught, within the next 100 meters, there are a team of these young unemployed guys out there. They'll show you the pictures that you have done this, and they'll find you a thousand cities, and next time you will not do that again.
So far, you've shared with us what ideas you have around road infrastructure, but let's look at the vehicles themselves. Just looking at the visuals we had from the Accra-Tema motorway this morning, just brings to mind that conversation about the quality of public transportation here in Ghana. Most of these buses, we know, Nana, are brought in not originally as sprinter buses. There's a lot of conversion done. The seats are fixed. Sometimes the leg room is so little, and there are no seat belts. So you're even looking at, in the case of an incident like this, the impact on the people who are within it. How do we solve that problem? The quality of our buses on our roads.
What's your name again?
Bernice.
Bernice. You see, I'm laughing because we've been saying it time and time again. I have even had the occasion about 3-4 years ago criticize why are we bringing vans to convert them to buses. There's a difference between, people don't know the difference between a van and a bus. A van is manufactured by Mercedes-Benz or the Sprinter to carry light goods. And the bus is also, it's gone through its research and development and then built to carry human beings. Human beings and goods are not the same. So why in our own mind, in our infinite wisdom, think that we have the expertise to bring a van that is made for carrying goods? We can bring it and take it to a magazine, Kumasi, for uneducated. I wanted to use a word, but I won't use it. That we are on national TV. To go and reconfigure it, and then cut here and there and put this metals that are not collapsible and whatever, and put them in, and then they don't even put them to any standard. Whether it has been, anything that you do, you have to test it to standard, isn't it? That's what Mercedes-Benz, the bus, they will test it and say it meets the standards before it's been cleared to be used. Magazine, when they do all those things, oh yeah, the politicians are giving them thumbs up. Yes, we have this, but are they tested to any standard? That's why when we have something we call crash fatalities ratio. When a bus that is made to carry human beings, when it crashes in about 80 kilometers an hour impact, the people that will die in there will be about 2 or 3. But look at here in Ghana. When that van that has been converted into a bus, when it crashes, about 70% of the passengers die because what we call secondary collision. The people in there, because the seats are not properly arranged with the right metals and whatever cushions that would absorb the impact, it goes in there and kills the people in there. And don't our ministers and our technocrats, don't they know that? But we look away and we allow that to go on, and we don't know why we are killing human beings on our roads. But I've stopped even coming on air to talk about these things because you talk and talk and talk and nobody listens. They just go and give jobs to the boys to go and sit out there, and then they don't do anything. They are only in there for their self-aggrandizement. And the people are dying.
Nana, so what do we do with these vehicles? Because, and indeed you've mentioned that there's a lot of talk but no action. But sometimes the dilemma for politicians is how to take decisions that do not immediately affect the pockets of people. So let's look at a strategic plan. What, in your opinion, will be a strategic plan to get these vehicles off our roads and probably introduce a proper public transport system which is safe and which will protect lives? Dennis,
last time I said, you see, in any effective transportation system, it's not only road transport. The safest transportation system, passenger transportation system, is the air. By air, the statistics have it. The next one is rail. Rail, how many times do you hear that there's a rail crash that has killed so many people? So, when you replace your railway system in the 60s, going to the 70s, when we were all students, when we vacate from school, we wear our blazers and whatever. Those who have it, they go with state transport. And then those of us who were Bobrowa, we go on third class in a sleeper from Kumasi to Takrady. It was nice, jolly ride and whatever. You go safely, no accident, no incidents. But we've managed in the 80s, killed off the railway system and replaced it with road transport and relying only on road transport for vested interests. For that reason, the roads now, the roads are not even worthy for the vehicles that we have, and the vehicles too are not worthy for the roads. So that combination. So in totality, what I'm saying is that, or in summary, is that if we don't look at the alternative of putting rolling stock, I mean bulk haulage. If you put bulk haulage, you take bulk haulage off the road, you reduce the carnage on our roads in the sense that you should Accra, Takrady, whatever. The reason why people are doing head-on collision, and my friends will say, oh, let's do dualize, let's do this. But if it's like shifting cultivation. You do one that you move the problem to the side. Why are people doing overtaking? Because the vehicles, the truck that are overladen, that are driving at 10 kilometers an hour on a trunk road, people get so impatient. So they wait behind them, and there's any opportunity for them to overtake. They try to overtake, and then probably they don't anticipate whatever. And then bang, there's a head-on collision.
Talking about alternative transportation, this government is hoping to do that. We know that works have begun, some rail lines, and does that give you hope that in the near future
you see, it doesn't give me hope, because you see, in 1908, when the colonialists, when they were doing the railways from Sekondi to Kumasi, 1908, we didn't have excavators, you didn't have graders, you didn't have mechanized equipment to do the cutting the road for the rails, whatever. They were doing them manually. And you know how many kilometers they were doing per month?
No.
They were doing 6.5 kilometers per month from Sekondi to Kumasi. It took them about 7 years or whatever to have that
line working
done. Now, in this modern day and age, the digital age, electronic age, and equipment, and what have you, we have been talking about paying lip service to about railway development and what have you. We cannot get a railway line from Sekondi down to Paga in 2-3 years, and we're talking about what are we talking about?
Nana, we'll leave it here. Hopefully, I would engage you another time.
There was another thing that I wanted to talk about, but unfortunately, as usual, you don't have time.
All right, Nana, just no. I've been given more time, so let's just talk about what you need to talk about.
You see, there's Ghana here. We wait for a fraud to be perpetrated on Ghanaians, and when it really goes out there and the shit hits the fan, and it's permeating everywhere, then everybody, oh, why this? Why this? There's this guy who has gone out there, set up 3 or 4 companies. He called himself National Safety Council. Okay. National Safety, I have done a dossier over 161 documents. I can't, whatever. He called himself National Safety Council. Bernice, when I come here, I said National Safety Council. National Safety Council. Well, what straight away comes to your mind?
I'm thinking something government related.
Parastatal. The Indian. See, this guy modeled, I've gone through all this. Modeled this National Safety Council on India. India has National Safety Council India. If you Google it, you see it. And then he has set up Bureau of Public Safety. Then he has set up Institute of Safety, Safety and Security. All those things. He used them interchangeably. Then when he says National Safety Council, he has gone out there and then he will display the coat of arms, because he has gone out there to see the Department of Factories and Inspectorate, that he's having a collaboration with them. He's seen the Ministry of Employment, Labor and Labor Relationship. He's worked his way and even got into academia. But if you go to the Registrar General Department and look for that National Safety Council, that anyone that you mention it, or Bureau of Public Safety, you mention it, you will think that it's a parastatal. You go there, it's a company that limited by guarantee, and the subscribers is a man and a wife. And he goes out there and make publications that he's going to give training to people and giving national occupational health and safety certificate. How can a private limited company give national certificate?
Oh, okay, and this has a direct impact on road safety? Or
no, not on road safety, but safety as a whole.
Okay.
Because if you go and somebody give you a fake training program and a fake degree and a fake whatever, what will be the outcome?
Okay.
What will be the consequences to the society at large? That you have a safety person that you have employed, that somebody who is not qualified, and he arrogates to himself that he's National Safety Council, and he has governors, he has this, because these days in Ghana, I'm telling you, Benis, and I'm saying it boldly, that it's money talks, bullshit walk. If you have money to go out there and bribe all ministers, technocrats, and what have you, you get away with it, and in the end, you have something like NAM1 on our hands. Okay, so and that's what I'm wanting out. If you have time, I have 161 pages of dossier.
But this is contained in the statement you released yesterday, Nana. No, this issue.
Which statement?
You didn't release any statement yesterday.
No, I've done it. See, I went to see Mrs. Jimama, and he told me that I should get all the dossier, because this issue is beyond her. Okay. I should get a dossier together and go and see the BNI. Okay. Because what I've got here, it won't happen anywhere in the world. Okay. But Ghana, we are looking on, and you, the media, Nana Yawakwada, you come here and your pet, your favorite. You call him and they'll tell you. But what he's doing to Ghana is perpetrating fraud. If anywhere else, you'll be in jail.
All right, Nana, I hear, yes. Let me just mention that we cannot independently verify the claims you're making, but we will definitely reach Nana Yawakwada for a response to your concerns.
Yeah, sure. And the dossier, this. I will give you the dossier.
Yes. But have you tried to reach him? Have you engaged him personally in your work to try to understand what he does and why he does it?
But engaging somebody who has in his mind set up his stall to defraud the unsuspecting public, my institute, Ghana Institute of Safety and Environmental Professionals, we are registered as a professional body by the Professional Body Registration Act 1973, and we are the sole professional body that is mandated to do some of the things that he's arrogating himself to be doing, and then using certain ploys, tactics to deceive the public.
Again, I'll just mention that here
I know. What I'm saying, I totally agree
with you. Responsibility for
it's my responsibility, and I have the dossier, and I can come up here, and if you bring him, I'll sit here on your show and then debate him on it. But I'm going to the BNI anyway, so that is even a moot point. Okay, Nana Ami here. Thank you for your time. He's Director of Road Safety Advocates Ghana. And also National President of Ghana Institute of Safety and Environmental Professionals. Thank you very much for that addition, sir. So we've been talking about road accidents here in Ghana and the fact that 263 persons have died in April alone. He preferred some solutions, and he just had to bring that in when we were just about wrapping up that conversation. So there you have it, road casualties from January to April 2021. And that's the total, 1,034. And those who've been severely injured are 5,668.